What up, B Squad? It is me, JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 8, episode number 17, which could have been the finale, but unfortunately, it was not the finale. Next week is going to be the finale, but hey, it is what it is. But this episode was titled, what was it titled, you guys? Fashion Showdown. Before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Shall we? All right, guys. So before we go deep into this episode, right? Let's talk about something real quick, because I know that I had said Sunday on whatever the last video was that I recorded. I didn't upload my videos in the order that I recorded them, but I know one of my videos, I believe it was Abbott Elementary, where I said that I would be coming back to you guys to discuss Love and Marriage DC. Well, you guys, at this point, I've just gone ahead and said, F it. We're just going to go ahead and straight up drop Love and Marriage DC, because for me, that show is dumpster fire, trash box. I just can't stomach that show, you guys. I really can't. At least with Potomac, the end is near. With that show, I think I saw that Jamie said that they have 14 episodes this season, and I was like, oh my God. Because technically, that was episode 7, so there are 7 more episodes, but technically it was 17 because they're still in season 2. Child, I just wish they would. I tweeted this the other night that they should have just scrapped what they have recorded for season 2 and did a real season 3. But neither here nor there. And then with Potomac, my God, today. Potomac. I ain't got much to say. This episode, how do I feel about this episode? I don't know. Again, next week is the finale. I do know that the reunion looks have been, well, I know Robin's reunion look was posted. I don't know if they've posted all the girls' looks. I don't know. Let me take a look and see. Oh, that is dope. I did not know. That's dope. Quick little segue, guys, because I happened to get on Instagram to see if the reunion looks were done. So you guys know Beyonce's Act 2 comes out on the 29th, right? And you guys know that, so we have the album cover. And do you guys see the album cover? I know the phone is a little dirty. I mean, without them fingerprints. So that's the album cover, if you guys can see. Yeah, you guys can see it. And you guys also can see, so like I said before, I know the guy who does does some of her photography, and he's the one that did the album cover. So shout out to my boy Blair. Shout out to my boy Blair from Tyler, Texas. Shout out. Yeah, that's it, you guys. I said I was looking for these. I'm not. We'll take a look and see later before we end the video. But neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get into this episode. All right, you guys. So this episode. So we started up. We see Karen. She went to the doctor. The doctor told her she's gonna be fine. She's gonna live a long. She's gonna be here for a while, right? We see Wendy talking to her producers. She's over budget for her show. I do know that she has her show on YouTube. I have not watched it, but from what here's the thing. I've also muted Potomac on my timeline on Twitter, so I don't want to see it, because it's just, people are just so nasty and negative. It blows my mind when I think about this show and the fact, well, any of these reality shows, specifically our shows, not even just the extra scratch that, not even just our shows, all of the reality shows, especially like Housewives-esque. I don't understand people who have these one-sided beefs with these reality stars. They have beefs with their cast members. Yes, you may like Robin, you may like Giselle, you may like Candace, you may like Wendy, you may like Mia, you may like Ineka, you may like whoever you like on these shows, right? And it feels like when someone goes against the person that you like, you have a issue with them. You tweet about them. You tweet to them. You do slick underhanded shit, and it's like they don't know you exist. Like it's just so weird. Like I know that there is a guy who him and Candace had a little, and I think he's a YouTuber, but him and Candace had some stuff going on, and I was like, wow, that's weird. Then also people talking so bad about Wendy on Twitter, and it's like, do y'all really know this lady? Do y'all know her? I'm just asking the question. It's so weird to me. I watched this show. I say my shady stuff about the ladies that I don't see it for on, and I'm gonna say it like this: I don't see it for the ladies on the show. Now, with the exception of Ashley, the only thing about Ashley that I don't like is that was her husband, was Michael. And the reason why I don't like Michael is because of something that has happened to me. And just looking at him and the fact that he was able to get away with what he did, that was the problem that I had. Because, never mind, that's another story for another day. Giselle and Ashley, girl, nobody asked for that. Never again do I want to see this. Like, that's what GNA needs to stand for. Girl, nobody asked. Girl, never again. Like, something like that. Because nobody ever want. Those clothes were horrendously ugly. Period. Point blank. Ugly, ugly, ugly as a motherfucker. So we see Ineka. Ineka, wow. The last hour, girlfriend, and now you're showing up. Okay. I know that the producers, edit things the way that they want to edit them, but my God, girlfriend, if I were you, I would be really, really pissed because they played on your top this season. Literally, all we knew from the first few episodes was that this shit with you and Wendy. Other than that, we didn't know too much about you. And then now we get this whole IUI. I was like, you should. Granted, she did talk about it in her first few scenes, but after that, we literally stayed on this whole Wendy stuff. And it's just like, okay, girl. So we see her and Ike. They went down to the clinic so that they can, get some semen from him so that they can, inseminate her. That was it. That was it. We'll pause here. Now, the way that she talks to that man, it's cringy sometimes. But we will pause here and we will move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Mia. Who? Mia, girl. Mia. So Mia and Gordon, they went to go have therapy, right? And I don't even understand why Mia was faking the funk at this point, right? Now, I don't know if it's in this episode or if it's in... No, it was in this episode when she told Jacqueline that she got some dick. I was like, girl, I think we know the dick you got because it definitely wasn't Gordon's dick. It was that, which, let's be real, Mia definitely has a type. She got a type because her new man looks like a younger version of Gordon. Like, I was like, God, okay. But so yeah, she said that to Jacqueline at the fashion show. I was like, ooh. Now, sitting here listening to this whole therapy session, one, I will say, Gordon, sir, you're just a little bit on the delusional side to think that your marriage is the best. Really? Your wife went and sought an attorney to get a divorce. That's not a perfect marriage. That's not a good marriage if your spouse is going out to look at their options for divorce. Because she said that you, at one point, you were very difficult to deal with and combative, and she grew up in a combative environment, and she does not want to go back to that. And to that, I say, I don't blame Mia at all. One thing I will say about Mia may be a liar, but I actually do enjoy Mia. I I can say that I do enjoy Mia, right? Because Mia cracks me up in her interviews and even in the scenes with the ladies. She is funny to me. Speaking of Mia, did you guys see that picture that surfaced on Sunday of the lady? So it was Charisse. She still looks terrible. She just, I don't know what it is about Charisse and the way that she dresses. It's a no. Ashley, my God, she's going down as the worst dress. Giselle didn't look bad in the photo, I will say. She didn't look bad in that photo. Then you had Robin. I don't even remember what the fuck Robin had on. You had Mia. Mia looked cute. And then you had Aneka. So this makeup has now gone from, chalky and casket ready to drag show ready. Whoever her makeup artist is, I really hope she fires them because her makeup, her foundation never matches her actual skin. She's always lighter than what she is. And it's just like, okay, y'all can talk about Wendy's mama was bleaching, but y'all refuse to talk about the fact that whoever does this lady's makeup hates her. Just putting it out there. Now, back to me and Gordon real quick. Gordon, you full of shit. When that girl went to go file for divorce, she said he emptied her bank account down to zero. Nigga, y'all got kids. So you would really, and see, this is why I always say, I don't have a problem with women who do what Mia did, get with a man for financial gain. I don't have a problem with that. But what I also say is, even if you do get with him for financial gains, make sure that you have your own money as well. Have your money that you just put in a checking account that you never really touch and spend his money. Be smart about what you do. Even if he gives, and let's just say this, if he gives you an allowance, right? Spend just so much. You don't have to live this lavish lifestyle. Some people do because they think that makes them. Some people it makes them feel good, right? But make sure you have your own because this right here is financial abuse at its finest. And I was like, oh wow. He wants to keep her around. But if you guys remember that video that he put out before the season even started, where he was basically saying he knew what Mia was doing and he was going to be okay with it, as long as she came home back to him at night. I was like, really? Never mind. No judgment. So later in the episode, we see all the ladies meet up with Mia minus Aneka, right? So they're going to be doing a cover shoot for a magazine that's out there in that area. Forgot what the name of the magazine was. It was talking about women's empowerment. I was like, wait a minute, women's empowerment with these group of ladies? Oh, okay. I mean, I guess. So they were going to be, big, powerful people and big, nicknamed black women. So I'll go down a list of who the ladies were. So Karen was Lena Horne. Candace was Diana Ross. Giselle, they tried it. She was Beyonce. Ashley was Dorothy Dandridge. Mia was Pam Grier, and Wendy was Shirley Ralph, and then lastly, Robin. They made her Mariah, and no, they could have made her. She's powerful in their industry. They could have done Mariah Huck. But no, they did Mariah Carey. I'm being shady, by the way, you guys. It's cool. Let's pause here and move forward. Next up, you guys, let's talk about Candace real quick. So with Candace, we see Candace, and she is meeting with Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken is doing a house call. God, there's got to be a lot of fucking money. Because you are in D.C. Well, where does Candace live? Candace lives somewhere she lives in the DMV area. I don't know where she lives. I don't know. I know she's not in Baltimore. Or is she in Baltimore? I don't know. I know somebody's in Bethesda. Oh, that's Giselle that's in Bethesda. I don't know where these ladies are. I don't really care, to be honest with you. Wherever the hell Candace is, Dr. Ken had to come all the way from Atlanta to that area. I know that was a pretty penny. Maybe we would have done Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, something, because I'm a penny pincher. That's all I gotta say about that. I am a penny pincher. But Candace is talking to Dr. Ken about, wanting to have children. And she really has fears about being a mother. I don't know. I know some people have fears that they will turn into their parents because you guys remember, what season was that? Was it season 4 when Candace and her mama first met Dr. Kim when her mama clocked her with their purse? So I know some people fear that they may turn into their parents. So, but he just told her don't let fear, consume her when it comes to wanting to be a mother because she's wondering if, she keeps herself so busy because of the fear. Well, if that's the case, Candace, then you gotta, you know, re- that's the thing when it comes to Candace, you guys. Like, I realize what Candace is doing, and it's a very, very smart move because it's something that some of these other ladies on this show have not done, i.e., Ashley. And the funny thing about Ashley is because was it the reunion when Nicki Minaj hosted, or was it last season's reunion? It wasn't season 5 reunion, or was it? Whatever I can't remember which reunion it was, but I know that we talked about the fact that Ashley called Candace the least accomplished on the cast. Pot, please meet the kettle because you're the least accomplished on this show. Let's not forget the defunct Kangaroo Hut because that don't even exist. The Kangaroo Hut has been closed, and that was in your husband's name, not your name, I don't believe. Because I remember that scene where you told Michael, if you shut down your restaurant, then your marriage is over. That was his restaurant. You just helped him run it. So, least accomplished should raise her hand, should be Ashley football head, hey Arnold Stewie ass Darby. Like, let's be real. But I get what Candace is doing. Candace is trying to solidify herself outside of this show because, let's be real, none of them are going to be on here forever. Everybody is replaceable. Look at what happened on OC with Vicky. Vicky has been replaced. Tamara was replaced at one point, but Tamara is back. Nene has been replaced on Atlanta. I don't know if it's a good replacement or a bad replacement, but nonetheless, she's been replaced on Atlanta, right? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna say it quickly. I wish they would replace Bridges on New Jersey. Like, I wish they would do that. Her and her sister-in-law. Speaking of which, I've been debating if I'm gonna review this season of Jersey because it premieres May 5th on Bravo. Like, when I think about Jersey, I feel the same way about Jersey that I feel about Potomac. Because, like I told you guys, I've muted Potomac on Twitter. Jersey's been muted for the last year. It's been muted for a full year because I just cannot stand that fan base either. Let's pause here and move forward, you guys. So, I'm going to jump around real quick. We talk about Wendy real quick. Wendy was filming for her pilot for her show. She had some great guests, some of which, 3 of them I knew. I know Lindsey Granger because I watched Daily Blast Live. It comes on, here. And I watched Daily Blast Live. I watched her when she was a co-host on The View because she was going up against Alyssa Farrah Griffin, who is the permanent co-host on The View. We know Jasmine from the Jasmine brand. We know April Ryan. So I was like, oh, I know these people. Again, you guys, I don't have much to say about, because I know that this episode that she filmed was released yesterday on YouTube. I don't know what the numbers look like. I don't really care. I think that was the end of her season, her first season. Sometimes I see people talk about her views, but it's just because you're on a hit reality show it doesn't mean that she's gonna get 500,000 views in a day. So, or a month. It doesn't mean that, but okay, whatever, you guys. How many people are listening to Giselle and Robin's podcast? Shit, I don't even know. Is that podcast still in existence? That's how much I know about that podcast. But that's neither here nor there. We'll pause here and we'll move forward, you guys. Next up, you guys, we get to Robin. It ain't really much with Robin either. Robin is going into a franchise. It's called 30 Below, I believe. I think it's like a facial place. I didn't remember what she said, but she's looking at a space for the, now I found that quite odd myself that she's looking for the space because I thought about franchise. I would love to own a franchise, right? And the one that I would really love to own is Chick-fil-A. I would love to have a Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A, I know with Chick-fil-A you have to work for them first, but when you go, and most of them, when it comes to the franchises, because a franchise is already something that is established. So they have a design and they have a layout. So all you have to do is find the spot. And like I know for Chick-fil-A, you find the spot that you want to go to, they will build it. They build it. So I found it quite, I don't know, again, I don't know anything about this franchise because it just sounds weird that she's looking for the location. Like, and it's just odd that she's looking for the location and not them. Like, or at least tell them where she wants her spot, her place to be, and they build it for her. I don't know. Again, I will repeat again. I know nothing about this franchise. Never even heard of it. But congratulations to her. She's trying to diversify her portfolio as her out-of-work husband is still out of work. You know what? I'm not even going to shade her. If she likes it, I love it. So she also talked to Giselle. Giselle had to go see her dad because now we found out that he has brain cancer, and we know now that her dad has since passed away. So my condolences to Giselle. I did find it quite interesting that she didn't want to discuss it in her interview. But we'll pause here, you guys, and we'll wrap up this episode. All right, you guys. So we wrapped up the episode with the fashion show, with dreadful fashions. My God, those fashions were ugly. I was just looking at that stuff like, what am I looking at? Everyone was there. Let's speak on this real quick. Wendy, when Deborah came up to you to speak to you and gave you a hug, why did you have to hug her? I would have been like, wait, back your ass up, bitch. I don't fuck with you. I don't like you. Like, no, we don't hug. And then she said in her interview, that's that fake shit. I was like, Wendy, they finna eat you up. Because you were being fake in that moment too. I get it. Sometimes, I get it. Sometimes it's easier to be cordial to people, right? But I'm not gonna be cordial to a witch that literally lied and said my husband was, giving her the googly eyes. Girl, nah. I'd slap the shit out of you every time I see you. I would slap the fuck out of her, right? It wasn't really much with this. Also, Wendy, I will say, I'm not upset about what you said when it comes to Giselle and her dad. I'm not upset. I wish you didn't say it on cameras. The only thing, I just wish you didn't say it. Because you're entitled to feel how you want to feel about Giselle and her father, right? And you feel like she didn't take when your mom was in the hospital seriously. That's how you feel. And I'm not going to take away from that. Like I said, I just wish she didn't say it. I just wish she didn't say it. I would say, I wish her dad well, but I'm not going to go over and say anything to her. I don't have anything to say to the woman. Like, absolutely nothing. And then they ended the episode with audio of the fight between Kiarna and Deborah. So yeah, you guys, that was the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications and share the video. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.